You don't know how bad an HOA can be until your backyard smells like a backed-up prison drain. It started innocently enough, a few puddles appearing on the far end of my land, near the fence line shared with the neighboring Willow Pine subdivision. At first I assumed it was heavy rain runoff, but the smell, rotten, chemical, undeniably sewage. I live on 3 acres just outside the HOA's jurisdiction. My land is down a slight slope from their clubhouse and main drain field. That meant any overflow, or illegal pipework, would flow directly onto my property. I called the city utilities office. They ran a quick inspection and confirmed what I feared. Raw sewage was seeping from an unpermitted line extension that appeared to come from the Willow Pines HOA's clubhouse restrooms. Someone had rerouted a backup pipe directly onto my land, probably to avoid repair costs. Disgusted, I filed a complaint with the HOA. Their president, a smug man named Craig Dillard, brushed it off. "Those pipes have been there for years," he claimed. "If there's a leak, it's on your land, so it's your responsibility." I showed him the report from city inspectors. He smirked. "Then prove we did it," he said, and walked away. "Wrong move, Craig. You see, I'm not just some quiet neighbor. I own a concrete contracting company that specializes in quick-set structural fills, and I also have friends in environmental law. First, I collected evidence, drone footage, groundwater samples, inspection logs. I had everything notarized and filed a complaint with the state environmental agency. Then I got to work on my real plan. The trap was simple. I had my crew pour a removable concrete form outside the HOA office late one Sunday night. A square frame leading right to their basement-level storage room, which had a small ground access vent near the base of their brick wall. Then, using a pump truck, I filled the form with 12 yards of fast-drying, fiber-reinforced concrete, routed through that vent, directly into their basement office. By dawn, the entire bottom level of the HOA building was entombed in solid concrete. Filing cabinets, desks, computers, all set like fossils in industrial stone. On top of the now solid vent, a small engraved plaque that read, "Compliments of the Sewage Society." Craig lost it. He called the police, demanding I be arrested. But when officers arrived, I handed over the state's cease and desist order, issued that same morning, which condemned the HOA building for environmental violations. Not only was the building legally off limits, but it was due to be demolished pending toxic groundwater testing. That concrete just saved the city money. The officer shook his head and said, "Looks like you just beat the wrecking crew." The local news picked up the story. Concrete justice, HOA's office flooded after illegally dumping sewage on neighbors' land. Turns out the HOA had been diverting waste for months, and my property wasn't their only victim. Several downstream wells had tested dirty, and lawsuits were lining up. The HOA dissolved within 3 weeks. Craig sued by his own board members. As for me, the state reimbursed my cleanup costs, and I installed a brand new koi pond where the sewage had flooded, fully funded by settlement money from the HOA's insurer. Now, every time I see a neighborhood flyer about Community Cleanup Week, I laugh just a little harder. Moral of the story? If you dump sewage on someone else's land, don't be surprised when you end up buried in concrete karma.